Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. And today on the Fancy Sip Review, I'm going to be trying a prebiotic soda made by the Oakland, California company Ollipop. The drink that I'm going to be reviewing today is going to be the Ollipop Cherry Cola. And Ollipop, if you do not know, is one of the two major prebiotic soda companies on the market. They do have a competitor, Poppy, which they do have pretty similar names. I made a joke saying that the way I remember Ollipop is because Poppy exists, Ollipop is essentially the Mars Argo of the prebiotic drinks. And I have reviewed a few prebiotic drinks. I do have to be honest, the Fancy Sipper is kind of new to prebiotic drinks. I have drank a lot of probiotic drinks like GT's Living Food Synergy Kombucha, as well as their mushroom-infused drinks, the Alive line. But I am new to the prebiotic drinks, and because I'm reviewing these for the first time, I'm trying a lot of the soda flavors. On the past, I reviewed a poppy flavor that was a lemon lime drink, and I've had one of these Ollipops. I had their cream soda. So I'm going to be trying again the cherry cola, as that is going to be a soda drink that I can reference it to. I'll probably review the root beer next, but I am pretty excited to try this drink. And before I open this drink up, let's learn a little bit about Ollipop together. Ollipop combines the classic soda you know and love with prebiotics, plant fiber, and botanicals to support your microbiome and digestive health. Finally, refreshing soda that's actually good for you. Imagine your favorite cherry cola. Now imagine it made with real spices, tart cherry juice, and bursting with authentic cola's crave-worthy collision of sweet and dark flavors. That's what you're holding in your hands. A better for you remix of a traditionally artificial soda, ready for you to take your first step. The grammar in this is weird. That should be a question, right? Ready for your first step, but it's a period. And they use the Oxford comma at one point where it says you'll love with prebiotics plant. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about the grammar on this. This is a vegan drink and it is a paleo drink. So let's see let's see the nutrition facts before I get to the ingredients. You're getting no fat, 35 milligrams of sodium, 40 calories, 13 grams of carbohydrates, 6 grams of dietary fiber, so that's pretty much the selling point of this drink. There's only 5 grams of sugar with an included 1 gram at only 2%, so for a soda, this is pretty healthy, at least in terms of sugar content. The ingredients of this drink are carbonated water, Ollismart, which is their proprietary blend of cassava root fiber, acacia fiber, guar fiber, nopal cactus, marshmallow root, calendula flower, and kudzu root. The ingredients outside of that proprietary blend are tart cherry juice concentrate, apple juice concentrate, cassava root syrup, natural flavors, lime juice concentrate, stevia leaf, Himalayan pink salt, green tea caffeine, and extract. Or no, it says green tea caffeine extract, but for some reason they use two little simple things. The grammar in this can is odd to me. There's also 50 milligrams of caffeine coming from the green tea, and it does not seem like it uses that cola nut in it. So they're talking about how this is all authentic, but they don't have cola nut in it, which the GT's Living Foods, or no, the GT's Alive cola flavor has. So this is the drink. Let's show off the can over here real quick. So this is what the cherry cola can looks like. It has the cherry on it. I don't think they know what a cola nut looks like, so they just have the cherry. Looks pretty cool. It looks like a stereotype cherry. Over here we have the ingredients to the drink if you're interested in looking at that. And over here we have the ingredients. I don't know if that'll pick up or not. But if it does pick up, look at the last ingredient, how they have two little symbol things where it says green tea caffeine and extract. They don't need the second one. It just makes the fancy sipper confused. And when I get confused, I complain about it, adding another 20 seconds to this video. So that is everything about the drink. Let me adjust my suit real quick. And with all of that out of the way, I don't have any jokes for this drink. I'm excited to try this as I'm pretty thirsty. So let's open up this cherry cola by Ollipop. So as you can see, there is a bit of carbonation coming from this drink. So I'm hoping that this is going to be tasty and drinkable, and it's not going to be overly bitter like the Arizona energy drinks that I reviewed that were so bitter that they were undrinkable. But I've had Olipop before, so I do know that they are a craftsman company and they know how to make a tasty beverage that is also healthy with those fibers in it. So this is what the drink looks like. I have to admit, for a cherry cola drink, I am kind of surprised by the coloring in this. The drink is a maroon looking color or a very, very dark red. This does look like a wine of some sort. It's a very burgundy looking drink. I don't know if the audio is picking up, but swirling this, you can hear a lot of the carbonation, the legs on this drink. Look at all of that carbonation coming from the top of this drink. That is insane. That is going to be a very carbonated beverage. But it is a soda-inspired drink, and unlike the Arizona Energy I had, that was supposed to be a green tea beverage and shouldn't have carbonation in it. As a soda, this should have carbonation in it. But look at that. Look at all of that carbonation. So let's see how this sits on the nose of the review. Is this going to smell a lot like a cherry, or is this going to smell more like a traditional cola? It smells a lot like a lot of roots. I'm getting a lot of smells of what I would think of if I were to go to a kava bar more so than anything else. So on the front, I am getting a lot of a hippie incense smell to it. I am getting also the tart cherry. This is not really smelling like a cherry cola. It smells a lot like a hippie store with a bit of the tart cherry. I haven't really had tart cherry juice before. I've had pomegranate juice, and that's usually sold with the tart cherry. But if I'm going to be spending $3 on a juice, I'm going to want something like Suja or something like that. So let's see how this sits on the mouth feel of the review. Is this going to be a very bitter drink due to the root, or will this taste like a soda? I am hoping it tastes like a soda, but I am not expecting it to taste like a soda, as the carbonation shows it might, but the smell does not give me that hope. So let's again see how this is on the mouth feel of the review. Surprisingly, it's not very bitter. The root taste does come through on the mouth feel. You are not getting much sweetness to the drink. But I will say, once you swallow the drink, on the back end, you are getting a bit of a cherry taste. I think that the cola flavor is coming from something. Let's see what it says the cola is coming from. Because it's not the roots. It's got lime juice in it. It's got stevia, which might be what I'm tasting. Green tea. It doesn't show that it has anything that should be in lines of a cola nut. But it does taste a bit like a cherry cola. But I will say it does not taste like a sweet cherry Coke, obviously. As with how little sugar is in this drink, it would be disingenuous to review this as if I were to be reviewing a soda. For what it is a pretty good healthy alternative. It would be also disingenuous to say that this drink's like a cherry cola or a cherry Coke, to be specific. The roots are very showing through on this drink. On the mouthfeel, it is not as bitter as I expected, and the caffeine, or the carbonation, I should say, after swirling it so much, is kind of on the sides. But it's also not very carbonated, which Arizona iced tea could take notes from that. I'll also say that this does not taste like a flat soda, which sometimes when you get those store brand versions of drinks, like the well version of a cherry cola, it kind of tastes like a more flat version of the original. But what I'll say is, It's honestly, it's a different drink. It's a very different drink. If you're used to drinking your health beverages like a kombucha or something like that, or the mushroom tea, you're not really expecting it to taste like what they want to compare it to. This is for people that are trying to be. So for some reason, my terrible audio interface, the M-Track Plus, decided to short out. So I sipped this, and I got to edit this video, sadly. But what I'll say on that final sip is, what is interesting with this drink is how this is a cherry beverage, but it does have that lemon in it. And that lemon does not give any sourness to the drink. All it does is kind of brings out the taste of the cherry. On the nose, you are getting a cherry, but you're getting a very candy taste to this drink. What is also interesting with this drink coming out in August is this would have made a very good voodoo flavor. I don't know why they decided not to release this around Halloween, although Halloween starts earlier every year because they want to make as much money on selling props to goths and I'm not going to say the other type of people that buy Halloween stuff, but it is an interesting idea of how this drink tastes. I won't say that this drink will stand on its own or be able to be used as a alcohol mixer like Code Red is, but the lemon really blends well with this drink to make a very sugary, candy tasting Mountain Dew. This would by far be the best of the Voodoo lineup. And as a limited edition flavored Mountain Dew, I think that this is one of the best Mountain Dews that I've had. And this also being a zero sugar drink is just, it's props to Mountain Dew for what they were able to do with this drink. I do also have to admit that I'm a very generous reviewer. Lately, I've been giving everything 10 out of 10s, and I've been trying to fix that by giving more honest reviews. And I know, again, I went back to that Boxy reference, and I said I wasn't going to be trolling with a straight fancy sip review heart like Christian. I have to give this drink another 10 out of 10. And I give everything 10 out of 10s, but I have no fault with this drink. This is a delicious beverage. This is one of the best Mountain Dews that I've had with zero sugar in it. So I've been the Fancy Sipper. Thank you so much for watching this review. What is your favorite version of Voodoo? And I know it's none of them, so you don't have to leave a comment. But what you should do is watch this video multiple times so I can get some money. Thank you again for watching this video. I've been the Fancy Sipper, and cheers. Clink.